Listen, if you're over 70 and you're still eating like the food pyramid told you back in the 80s, you're in trouble. I'm going to be blunt with you. Your muscles are shrinking, and if you don't do something about it, you're going to lose your strength, your independence, and maybe even your life a lot sooner than you should. Sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, is not some normal part of aging. It's preventable, and it's reversible if you fuel your body the right way. And here's the truth: protein is the most powerful tool you've got. Not just any protein, but the right 8 muscle, saving proteins that will stop this downhill slide and actually help you build back strength, energy, and confidence. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what to eat, why it matters, and how you can keep your muscles strong well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Muscle loss after the age of 70 is often accepted as a natural and unavoidable part of getting older, but the truth is far different. What most people call normal aging is, in reality, a form of malnutrition. Sarcopenia, the technical term for age-related muscle loss, is not something your body just decides to do because of your birthday. It happens because your muscles are not being fed the nutrients they desperately need to stay strong, healthy, and functional. When your protein intake is too low, when your diet is built around bread, cereal, fruit juice, and processed foods instead of real nutrient-dense sources of amino acids, your muscles begin to shrink. This isn't fate, and it isn't genetics. It is simply poor nutrition over time. Think about it. Muscle is living tissue. It is not static. It is constantly being broken down and rebuilt. Every day your body is either building or losing muscle depending on the resources you give it. By the time you reach 70, your body is less efficient at using protein, which means you actually need more of it, not less. Unfortunately, most older adults cut down on protein and rely on soft, starchy foods that are easy to chew but terrible for muscle preservation. The result is weakness, fatigue, and an increased risk of falls and fractures. People often blame this on just getting older, but the deeper truth is that they are starving their muscles, even while eating 3 meals a day. Malnutrition doesn't always look like someone wasting away. You can have extra body fat and still be profoundly malnourished at the muscle level. Many older adults are what's called sarcopenic obese. They carry too much fat, but too little muscle. This combination is especially dangerous because it robs you of both strength and metabolic health. It makes it harder to get out of a chair, harder to walk without assistance, and harder to fight off illness. The spiral of decline accelerates, not because of age, but because of a lack of proper nutrition. Protein is the master nutrient your body requires to keep muscle tissue alive and functional. The essential amino acids, particularly leucine, are like the ignition switch for muscle repair and growth. Without them, your body literally cannot rebuild the tissue it loses every day. This is why malnutrition in the form of inadequate protein is the driving force behind muscle loss after 70. It's not that your body has forgotten how to use protein. It's that you're not giving it enough of the right kind from the right sources at the right time. Animal-based proteins, eggs, beef, chicken, fish, dairy contain the full spectrum of amino acids your muscles need. Plant-based proteins are incomplete and inefficient unless carefully combined, which most people do not do consistently. When older adults begin prioritizing high-quality protein at every meal, something remarkable happens. Their strength returns, their energy improves, and their independence is restored. Climbing stairs becomes easier, lifting groceries is no longer a struggle, and even balance improves because stronger muscles stabilize the body. All of these are life-changing outcomes, not from some miracle drug or fancy supplement, but simply from correcting the nutritional deficiency that has been ignored for decades. Accepting muscle loss as just aging is one of the most dangerous myths in modern medicine and nutrition. By believing it, people surrender their strength far too early. The reality is that with the right foods, you can maintain and even grow muscle well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. The human body is incredibly resilient and always responds to proper nourishment. What people mistake for aging is, in fact, malnutrition, something that can be corrected starting today by making protein the centerpiece of every meal. Protein is the #1 medicine for strength and independence, especially as you age. While most people think of medicine as something that comes in a bottle from the pharmacy, the truth is that your daily food choices are far more powerful than any pill. After the age of 70, the single biggest predictor of whether you remain strong, mobile, and independent is how much quality protein you consume. Protein is not just fuel, it is the raw material your body must have to build and maintain muscle, bone, skin, enzymes, and hormones. Without it, your body simply cannot function at its best, and over time you lose the very strength that keeps you living independently. Think for a moment about what independence really means. It means being able to get out of bed without help, to walk across the room without falling, to climb a flight of stairs, or to carry a bag of groceries from the car. These everyday tasks seem simple, but they all require strong, functioning muscles. When those muscles shrink, when they are underfed and under-supported, independence is the first thing to disappear. Suddenly, activities that were once second nature become risky or impossible. People often don't connect this decline to nutrition, but protein intake is at the center of it all. Protein is medicine because it does what no pharmaceutical can do. It rebuilds your body from the inside out. Amino acids, the building blocks of protein, are essential for muscle repair. Every time you stand up, walk, or even breathe, your muscles are at work. They wear down daily and they must be repaired daily. If your body doesn't get enough amino acids, the repair job never gets finished over weeks, months, and years. That deficit adds up to noticeable weakness, instability, and muscle wasting. Correcting that problem doesn't require a prescription. It requires prioritizing protein in your meals. There's also a powerful connection between protein and independence when it comes to preventing falls and fractures. Falls are one of the leading causes of disability and death in older adults, and weak muscles are the #1 reason they happen. When your legs, hips, and core lack strength, your balance is compromised. One stumble on the rug or slip in the bathroom can turn into a life-changing injury. Strong muscles act like protective armor, absorbing impact and keeping you upright when life throws you off balance. And the key to keeping those muscles strong is consistent, high-quality protein. Another overlooked benefit of protein is how it preserves bone health. Most people think calcium is the main nutrient for bones, but protein is just as critical. Bones are living tissue, and they rely on amino acids to stay dense and resilient. Frail bones paired with weak muscles create the perfect storm for fractures and long-term disability. By treating protein as your daily medicine, you are not only protecting your muscles, but also reinforcing the very structure that keeps you standing tall. It's also worth noting that protein is incredibly satiating, which means it helps control appetite and supports a healthy body weight. Carrying excess fat makes movement harder and places extra strain on joints, while too little muscle makes even light tasks exhausting. When you base your meals around protein, you naturally balance your metabolism, making it easier to manage weight and energy levels. This is not about vanity, it's about maintaining the physical power to live life on your own terms without constant assistance. The beauty of this medicine is that it's widely available, affordable, and free of side effects. Eggs, fish, chicken, beef, pork, and dairy are all rich sources of the amino acids your body thrives on. A breakfast built on protein rather than toast or cereal, a lunch centered on meat or fish instead of pasta, and a dinner anchored by high-quality protein rather than empty carbohydrates can completely change the trajectory of your health. It doesn't happen overnight, but within weeks you will feel stronger, steadier, and more energized. Independence in later life does not come from avoiding birthdays. It comes from fueling your body with what it truly needs. Protein is more than just a nutrient. It is the daily medicine that protects your muscles, preserves your balance, strengthens your bones, and ensures you keep living on your own terms. No pill will ever give you that, but your plate can. Without enough protein, you're on a fast track to weakness and falls, and this is not an exaggeration. The connection between low protein intake and physical decline in older adults is one of the clearest and most dangerous truths in nutrition. Your muscles are your body's engine, your stabilizers, and your shock absorbers. Without them, even the simplest movement becomes risky. When protein intake is too low, muscles shrink, strength fades, and your ability to stay upright and balanced declines rapidly. What follows is a chain reaction: frailty, dependence, and often a serious injury from a fall that could have been prevented. Falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalization and disability in people over 70, and the root cause almost always comes back to weak, undernourished muscles. The legs and hips are especially vulnerable. These are the muscles that hold you steady when you step off a curb, turn quickly, or get up from a chair. If they lack strength, even a small misstep can send you crashing to the ground. Once a fall happens, recovery is often slow and incomplete. Many older adults never regain the mobility or independence they had before, and in some cases, a single fall can be the beginning of permanent dependence on others. The tragedy is that this is not inevitable. Weakness and falls are not caused by age alone, but by inadequate nutrition, especially protein. Every time you eat, your body decides whether it has the raw materials to maintain and repair your muscles. If you don't provide those materials, your body has no choice but to let your muscles deteriorate. Over time, this creates the fragile, unstable state that puts you at such high risk of falling. It's like neglecting the foundation of a house. Sooner or later, the whole structure starts to collapse. Protein is the one nutrient that directly combats this process. The amino acids in protein act as the building blocks of muscle repair. When you consume enough protein, you give your body the tools it needs to keep your muscles strong, dense, and functional. Without it, your muscles are being broken down every single day with no replacement. The result is a steady slide toward frailty. The shocking part is that many older adults eat less protein than ever at the exact stage of life when they need more. Small bowls of oatmeal, toast, fruit, and tea might fill the stomach, but they do nothing to protect against muscle wasting. Another overlooked factor is that your body becomes less efficient at processing protein as you age. This means you cannot get by with the minimal amounts you may have eaten earlier in life. You need more protein per meal to stimulate muscle repair. And it must be high-quality protein with the full range of essential amino acids. This is why eggs, meat, fish, and dairy are so powerful for older adults. They contain the exact nutrients your muscles require to stay strong enough to keep you safe and steady. The danger of falls is not only physical but emotional as well. Fear of falling often leads people to restrict their movement, which accelerates muscle loss even further. It becomes a vicious cycle. Weak muscles increase the risk of falling. Fear of falling reduces activity, and inactivity causes even greater weakness. Breaking that cycle requires feeding your muscles what they need to rebuild and restore strength. And that begins with making protein the centerpiece of every meal. When you correct a protein deficiency, you don't just get stronger muscles, you gain confidence, stability, and freedom. Suddenly walking across the room feels safe again, getting in and out of bed requires less effort, and climbing stairs becomes possible without fear. This renewed strength drastically reduces the likelihood of falling, which in turn preserves independence and quality of life. The reality is simple: without enough protein, you are on a one-way road to weakness, instability, and falls. But with the right nutrition, that path can be completely reversed. You can rebuild strength, restore balance, and protect yourself from one of the most common and devastating threats to health after 70. Protein is not just food, it is the safety net that keeps you on your feet and out of the hospital. The right 8 proteins can stop and even reverse sarcopenia, and that's not theory. It's a reality backed by science and lived experience. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength, is one of the biggest threats to health and independence after 70. Left unchecked, it steals your energy, mobility, and confidence. But here's the good news: you are not powerless. By intentionally fueling your body with the right high-quality proteins, you can not only halt this process but actually build muscle back even in your later years. Muscle is not gone forever. It is waiting for the proper nutrition to grow again. Not all proteins are created equal. The body needs complete proteins, meaning those that provide all of the essential amino acids required for muscle repair and growth. The most important of these is leucine, which acts like a trigger to turn on the muscle-building machinery in your body. Without enough leucine, even if you consume calories, your muscles won't get the signal to grow. This is why the quality and source of your protein matters so much. Eating the right 8 proteins consistently supplies your body with the exact building blocks needed to reverse sarcopenia. The first powerhouse protein is eggs. They are often called nature's multivitamin because they contain all the essential amino acids along with critical nutrients like vitamin D, choline, and healthy fats. Starting your day with eggs gives your body a perfect dose of muscle-building nutrition. Next is chicken, a lean and versatile protein source that delivers high levels of amino acids without excess fat, making it ideal for maintaining muscle. Beef is another must-have. It provides not only protein but also iron, zinc, and creatine, all of which support muscle strength, energy production, and recovery. Fish, such as salmon, sardines, or cod, should also be on your list. Beyond protein, they provide omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and improve muscle function. Pork is another excellent protein that is often overlooked, yet it delivers high-quality amino acids and important B vitamins for energy metabolism. Dairy products like Greek yogurt or cottage cheese supply a steady release of protein along with calcium to support bone health, which goes hand in hand with muscle strength. Lamb is a nutrient-dense option rich in protein and minerals, providing variety and depth to your diet. Finally, whey protein is one of the most effective tools for quickly stimulating muscle repair because of its high leucine content and easy digestibility. Together, these 8 proteins form a powerful arsenal against sarcopenia. Eating them in rotation, making sure that each meal contains at least one of them, ensures your muscles get the raw materials they need every single day. It is not about eating massive quantities of food. It is about eating the right foods consistently. A plate of eggs for breakfast, chicken or beef at lunch, and fish or pork at dinner, supplemented with dairy or whey when needed, creates a strong, nutrient-rich foundation. When older adults shift their diet toward these proteins, the results are often dramatic. Tasks that once felt exhausting become manageable again. Climbing stairs feels easier, walking steadier, and carrying groceries less daunting. Muscle fibers literally thicken and strengthen in response to these proteins, even in people who thought their best years were long gone. Science shows that with the right protein intake, muscle growth is possible at any age. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated meal plans. You don't need to count every calorie. What you need is to prioritize these 8 proteins and make them the core of your diet. Every bite is a signal to your body to grow stronger rather than weaker, to repair instead of decline. Sarcopenia is not a life sentence. It is a condition created largely by neglecting protein, and it can be reversed by putting protein back in its rightful place, front and center on your plate. The right 8 proteins provide all the tools your body needs to restore strength, stability, and vitality. They are your defense against frailty and your pathway to renewed independence. Choosing them daily means choosing to stop the slide of sarcopenia and start the climb back towards strength. Strong muscles mean strong bones, better balance, and longer life. Too often, people think of muscles as nothing more than cosmetic, something for athletes, bodybuilders, or the younger crowd. But the truth is, after the age of 70, your muscles become one of the most critical factors determining not just how you look, but how long and how well you live. Muscle is more than strength. It is a protective system for your entire body. Without it, bones weaken, balance falters, and lifespan shortens. With it, you gain resilience, stability, and vitality that carries you through the later years of life with confidence and independence. The connection between muscles and bones is profound. Bones are not lifeless structures, they are living tissue that responds to stress and support. When muscles are strong, they pull on bones, stimulating them to stay dense and solid. This is why people who maintain muscle mass rarely suffer from brittle bones or osteoporosis. On the other hand, when muscles shrink due to lack of protein or inactivity, bones are no longer challenged, they weaken, lose density, and become vulnerable to fractures. Many older adults think they need more calcium pills to protect their bones, but in reality, what they need most is stronger muscles powered by enough protein. Muscles are the body's natural prescription for bone strength. Balance is another gift that strong muscles provide. Every step you take requires coordination between your legs, hips, core, and even the small stabilizer muscles around your joints. If those muscles are weak, your balance becomes shaky. This is when falls occur, and as research shows, falls are one of the greatest threats to health and independence after 70. A fall can change everything. It can lead to fractures, long hospital stays, and in many cases, permanent loss of independence. But with strong muscles, your body naturally steadies itself. You can step confidently, recover from slips, and move without fear. Muscle strength is, in many ways, fall insurance. Beyond bones and balance, muscle strength plays a direct role in extending life. Studies consistently show that people with more muscle mass live longer than those with less, regardless of weight or size. This is because muscle acts as a reserve during times of stress or illness. When you get sick, your body often breaks down tissue for energy. If you have strong muscles, your body has the reserves to fight off illness and recover faster. Without them, your body cannibalizes what little strength you have left, and recovery becomes slow or impossible. Strong muscles protect you not just from falls, but from disease, hospitalization, and premature death. It is also important to understand the link between muscles and metabolism. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns calories even at rest. The more muscle you have, the more efficient your body is at managing blood sugar, insulin, and fat storage. This lowers the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, all conditions that shorten lifespan. In contrast, weak muscles paired with excess fat create a dangerous cycle of poor health and declining energy. By maintaining muscle through adequate protein and activity, you build a metabolic shield that keeps your entire system running more smoothly. Strong muscles also mean independence, the ability to live life on your own terms. Being able to lift yourself out of a chair, walk across the room, climb stairs, or carry groceries is about more than convenience. It's about dignity and quality of life. Every time you preserve or build muscle, you are investing in your future freedom. That freedom is priceless, and it cannot be bought with medicine or surgery. It comes only from nourishing your body with the right foods and giving your muscles the protein they need to thrive. The beauty of this truth is that it's never too late. Even in your 70s, 80s, or beyond, muscle can be strengthened. Bones can regain density. Balance can improve. Life can be extended and enriched. It all begins with a commitment to prioritize protein and support your muscles. Strong muscles truly are the foundation of strong bones, better balance, and longer life. They're the single most powerful indicator of how well you will age, and the best investment you can make in yourself every single day.